welcome to my channel, The Moody Pages. I'm Chanel. Today is another Makeup Monday and Books video. I forgot to grab some eyeshadow primer, so we're gonna go in with my concealer. And also I am trying out this Dunkin' iced coffee, the brownie batter, and it's in their can. I'm not sure. Oh, it's starting to. It said shake, okay? It said shake. Tastes literally just like Cocoa Pebbles, but that is not how the coffee tasted when I went and did a review. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, so my concealer that I always use is by Maybelline. It's really funny because I feel like I have tried so many different concealers and foundations, and I have found one foundation that finally works for me. One. And that's Makeup by Mario. But concealer wise, this Maybelline one is amazing. Okay, and then the eyeshadow palette we're gonna go into is with this Il Makiage Kathleen Lights thing. This is what it looks like. I believe I also posted a video on this because this was way too expensive for my liking, but I did it anyways. And my dog is deciding to lick his foot. Okay, so I'm just gonna go in with like the lightest shade and set everything. But I wanted to talk today about memoirs, and I have been reading quite a bit of memoirs within the past like 6 months or so, and given they're only celebrities that I've liked, I want to know how you guys feel about them and if you guys actually like rate memoirs. Okay, I'm going with a very basic look today. It's Mother's Day today, so I'm not trying to do anything too fancy, so I'm probably just going to go in with like this in the crease, maybe this on the outer, but for sure a sparkly moment going. So the first memoir that I've ever listened to was actually Tiffany Haddish's The Last Black Unicorn. That was amazing, and it's narrated by Tiffany Haddish, so I feel like it's even better when it's narrated by the author because it's kind of like how they intended you to hear it, which I like. She's a comedian, so obviously it was like very funny, but then I was crying at some points, and woof, like a roller coaster of emotions over there. But she's amazing at like conveying like her message of like she's excited for her life and yada yada. I barely remember it at this point, but all I remember is that she was so funny, but I did like cry at some points. Okay, I'm gonna go in with actually this deepest shade, and then I'm gonna go top it off with this one over here. This is kind of like my go-to shimmery look for this palette. It does look a little intimidating because that's like pretty dark, but just you wait. Just you wait as it like looks like super dark on the eyes. So then this year, or last year, I listened to Jeanette McCurdy's I'm Glad My Mother Died memoir. That was intense and gave me the icks. It was really hard to listen to, especially because she's someone that I grew up watching and that I really liked. And also we were both raised LDS, so that was interesting to hear about their perspective. About that perspective. And that was just rough lifestyle, like rough just like upbringing with her mom being just so pervy, essentially. Like her mom gave her own like woman exams. Who does that? Like anyways, okay, and with that one, and then more recently I listened to Matthew Perry's memoir, and oh my gosh, first off, so I knew he struggled with addiction, but I didn't realize just like how bad it was, and that was mind-blowing to me, like really mind-blowing. I was reading some of the reviews, and one of them was like, all I heard was him complaining about how rich he is and how lonely he is. And I mean, oof, I could kind of see it, but I think his point is saying that you can have all the money in the world and still feel lonely and still struggle with stuff behind the scenes that no one knows about. Okay, I'm gonna go do mascara off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so here's the eyes, kind of basic. We're rolling with it. Okay, I'm gonna put that away and unzoom you. Ooh. Okay, so here's my Makeup by Mario foundation. And have you guys seen the Mario movie? I actually thought it was pretty good. I didn't know how I was gonna like feel about it, or even like what their premise was gonna be, but it was actually really good. I enjoyed it. Okay, so back to the memoirs. I'm trying to think. So, and then I recently read To the Sea. Okay, I think the skin is looking fine. I'm going to whatever little thing that was. Okay, and then concealer. I watched Friends a little bit when I was younger. Younger being like, I don't know, 6, 7, because my parents had it on. And then they like turned it off because they're like, this is too, like, I don't know, this is too much for a little kid to be watching. So they stopped watching. Which now looking back and now while watching them, I'm like, oh yeah, definitely. Did I know what they were implying like way back then? No, but now I'm kind of like, oh, I could definitely see why they were like so uncomfortable. Definitely not a kid-friendly show. Way back in the day, I was like, no, not way back in the day, but like a few years ago, I was in a huge Demi Lovato phase, and when word came out about her overdose, I was sick. I was like, she was fine, but I literally felt like my whole entire day was off. And so anyways, I would have hurt to have lost Matthew Perry, but I'm glad he's okay. And then the other memoirs I've listened to, so I've listened to almost all these memoirs. I've read one, and the one that I said I listened to, I actually read. Tom Felton's Beyond the Wand. I really want to end up buying the audiobook just so I can hear him talk, speak it to me. Like, I just want to hear him tell me his story. I love Tom Felton. But that was really good. I was excited that he talked a lot about his time on Harry Potter, and also a bunch of other sets that he's been on, and also that he was trying to explain like, hey, a lot of these people that were on Harry Potter are like big name people for the British industry, which I actually did not realize. Really about his time and then his different projects. He didn't talk about The Flash, which I was kind of surprised by because he is on The Flash. But he did kind of make a snide like, hey, British people are better to work with than like American people. And he kind of said that like some of the American and big names that he's worked with have come in late, screaming and really rude. And I'm like, ooh, is he talking about Ezra, like his co-star? Because that would be some tea. And he probably didn't say so specifically for this reason. But yeah. So anyways, what I wanted to like talk about was like, do you guys rate memoirs? because I don't. Like, I feel weird rating them, because I feel like it's almost in a way like rating their life. Like, oh, did you explain your life good enough to me? No. Then it was, then SOL, 1 star. You know, like, I don't like that. There is the last one that I actually just listened to this week was Viola Davis's Finding Me, and dang, that was so good, so intense. Okay, I cannot do this in the viewfinder. Man, I love Viola Davis. I watched How to Get Away with Murder, and I haven't really watched anything else. I did watch The Help, and she did talk about that, and that was intense for her. But she grew up in such a impoverished, like, I don't know if it's necessarily community, but she grew up in poverty, and man, did I feel freaking privileged. Oh no, you see this? But anyways, Viola Davis, that her story was rough to listen to, but also just so empowering at the same time. She is a strong woman, and man, I love her even more for her memoir. Holy, what is going on with this thing? Oh, okay. Anyways, loved her memoir, and that kind of is what wanted to make me talk about memoirs, because I felt so educated, privileged, and humbled, and empowered at the same time. I laughed and cried and was just in awe of her memoir and of her. Like, really, it's of her. And of course, so she's narrating it, so you're getting to hear it from her, like, I think how she intended to hear it, like how her voice, right? Just so good. Anyways, it was a very heavy book because there was a big heavy discussion about race in the Hollywood industry, in Juilliard, like crazy. Okay, this was another MAC lipstick. I'm kind of getting back into the lipstick era. So this is Honey Love. I've had this forever. It's kind of sad and gross. But yes, okay, this is the look that we have going on for Mother's Day. I'm gonna do a little setting spray. And we're good. I'll take my hair down just for a little picture moment. But we are all set, literally, because we use setting spray. So let me know what you guys think of memoirs. Have you listened to any? Do you rate memoirs? Because that is like my biggest thing. Like, I don't rate memoirs, but I want to know if you do and why you do. I think I kind of understand why people do it, but would like to hear it. Alright, I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks, bye! Let's see, can I get some make my Mario? Oof. Okay.